Morning. Yeah, we need some coffee. Watching yourself on the computer?
The first section in the knife broke that the picmanometer goes to is about 99 inches, I think.
So we've been able to find no reason why that combine had an ember in it. Can't find any bearings out. Dad's going to go after the part to fix the head for that today, and we're going to run it today. So fingers crossed. I guess you guys will know if the thumbnail is a burning combine, if it's worked or not. Oh, he's got that one open.
Factory on Facebook Marketplace later.
That's a quick air dump option.
Yeah.
This morning I'm going to do a little bit of dozing first thing. Doing some work back at the house site. Basically I'm kind of trying to do some work on my driveway. If it rains I want to haul a bunch of gravel in there and get it kind of settled. We haven't really been using the driveway because I had to put a bunch of fill in it. Got some dirt pushed up, I want to cover it up. And then we might dig a transformer box depending on if we're ready to harvest yet. I don't know that we have enough hose to reach the hole. So for those of you wondering why I'm not using the D8, because the 750's here, it's easier to do finish grading with, and it's a lot closer to the house. The 8 is up at the grain bins, so I could drive it back here, but this one will work fine. Do exactly what I need it to do. To be honest, I kind of like running this dozer better, just because of those reasons. A little easier to see, easier to finish with. If you're trying to move large amounts of material though, that D8's pretty hard to beat. I mean, I'm guessing a D10 would beat it, or 11, or a 9, but you know what I mean. So cousin Ben is back here. He's gonna pour me a pad for a standby generator. Just drive back here with the truck. Basically, we're gonna push this dirt in right here, over here. This all used to be a dugout road, and well, all the basement dirt went in there.
Well, I think he's trying to shoot a brat before he...
Don't spill. Get my bearings again on how to run this daggone thing. There we go. Don't run a dozer a whole lot. Oh, but certain times of the year I guess I do, but not this time of year. You can see this is going to be our driveway right through here. There was already a road there. I'm filling it in to kind of match the house a little bit. But yeah, I had a lot of fill to haul in here. But I need to see how much dirt we have before we know what to haul, so that's what we're doing here. I think it looks better. We're getting there. We're getting there. Got some low spots there. Definitely need more fill over there, because basically I want this to be continuous. I don't want you to be able to tell there's a low spot there. So we got to basically connect this bank to that bank. Still need some, but we got it. We'll get it. So one thing that needs to happen at some point, there's a really nice concrete pad here. The only problem is it doesn't fit with how the house is sitting. That is an old pad from when the Navy still owned this property. So, I mean, I would assume it's from 1940. I mean, if it was usable, if it's in the backyard, I would keep it, but my driveway's right there. So it's not really something I want to keep. I don't know if that dozer will do it, but the D8 probably would. We're going to push this into there, and it's going to become at one with the driveway at some point. Would make a nice little basketball court for the kids, but I don't really like it. It's offset with the house. It doesn't square up. I don't know. Not in the right spot. Just not in the right spot. So it's about, oh shoot, it's noon. Didn't realize it was that late, but Mother Mary said she was bringing over perch for lunch today, so I guess we're having fried fish.
Just about out.
Holy cow. Yeah, it looks like it. So Dad's bringing the cloths down, and hopefully this all works out well. So we can't find any bearing out. I don't know. If that thing runs all right today and we don't smell any smoke, I'll be kind of confused how it happened, but I'll be glad that it's running. With 2 combines, we will definitely finish this field today. 1 combine's going to be a little bit of a tall order. I think there's like 80 acres left. With the time change and the frost we had this morning, yeah, I don't know. Had a pretty heavy frost. I was really hoping we would have been able to start about 2 hours ago, especially if we were running 1 machine. Now, I still think these things are overpriced, but man, we use this thing way more than I thought we would. I remember when these things first came out, I thought they were stupid, but it's pretty useful, especially in harvest. Now that we've got a couple setups and we got a fuel tank at one and not the other one, we pretty much use this thing all the time now. Dad ran this thing yesterday, said it was a tick low on oil, so engine oil. Still good hydraulic department. See if we can do this without spilling a bunch of it, because I forgot my funnel, or I've misplaced it, I guess. Ah, not too bad. All right, go time. Dad had to stop at the main tank. Said his combine was out of fuel as well, so he swung in there. Oh, there he is. He must not have needed much fuel. Need to close our power ladder. Good afternoon. Day 728 of harvest is getting ready to begin.
Greener, Lexion, beans, bored grain car driver. At least once this field is done, the bulk of the first cut beans will be out of here. A little bit of a late start today. It's about 10 after 1. We probably could have went at noon since the time changed, but Dad had to do some repair to his grain head. Brian's doing some dirt work back at his house. Jeff and I dumped some semis, had to run to town to get some antifreeze. Of course, we had to do the all-important lunch eating. And here we are. If only they were all 71 bushel. As you can see on the map, those red spots, not good.
And we're off. Clean that mirror. Definitely forgot that one. Can't see a thing.
Hi, Pops.
Long passes. So this is the plant map, like of varieties, and this is the yield map. Pretty unimpressive. This is a bottom field and it's not yielding worth a darn. I'm curious to see what the soil tests say. I'm guessing just a lot of gravel. That's what they're probably going to say. So we are going all the way up to that tree line. Actually, once we get empty, I'm going to peel off and do these end rows right here, these point rows right here, these little passes, and then I'll get back in this long pass. That way BJ can go over there and catch Dags. I'm sure he's about full. He's running right beside me. Same deal. And this is a different variety of beans. See, they're just a different color. There's more stems on them. They pull a lot harder, going a lot slower, but it seems like there's a better stand. Maybe there just seems like there's more material going in. Yield still sucks though. Ooh, we need a good cleaning. When is it going to be black by the end of the day? So we've been going back on this line for about 20-25 minutes. I mean, we've done 4 acres on this trip down the field. I just got an alarm on my ag leader telling me that if I didn't tell it that I was still awake, it was going to turn off my guidance line. had to acknowledge that I still wanted to stay on the guidance line. That's news to me. I've never had that one happen before. Don't disengage.
Down to probably the last 10 or 15 acres of beans here. It's a whole lot nicer running 2 combines in a field this size. About 180 acres, and I think this is day 3. But the first 2 days were 1 combine. So kind of a miserable slog. Lexion seems to be chugging right along. The other night we had a bit of a thermal event. There was some smoldering in the feeder house, which is where the crop goes into the machine. And I don't know, I thought maybe a bearing was bad in the drum, but apparently not. Everything, Dad said it didn't feel like a bearing was getting sloppy. There was no screeching. He thinks maybe you got a piece of wood in there or a rock or something that just caused enough heat to give us a little bit of a smolder. The other night we took the head off and doused it with water and hosed it down pretty good.
Well, we did have 2 combines. Dad says he thinks his feeder house chain's broke now.
And 32 acres.
How much you do? How much you do?
B2, 32.
She's done 32. I've done 130. So we got 30 acres left. Okay. Should be able to get done, but we were going to get done pretty quickly. We were going to be done in a couple hours with both of us running. It was pretty convenient having 2 running. I can't lie. I know that's been something people have pointed out, that in beans it's really handy to have 2 combines, and it is. But like our second combine has never been one that's very new. It's always been, you know, a higher hour machine, and it just seems like keeping that machine running. Now this one, before that it was my Lexion, it was a higher hour machine. It's kind of a chore to do that, so yeah. That sucks, but we'll keep on plugging along.
And just like that, we're back down to 1 combine. Dad just came on the radio and said he thinks the feeder house chain is broken on the Lexion. I wonder if something to do with that was what was causing the smoldering issue the other night. He's got just a little bit of soybeans in the tank he's going to clean out. Probably unhook the header and take it to the barn. Our 1 combine show here for the rest of the afternoon.
We are nearing the end, finally. So we ran most of this field with 1 combine. It definitely takes a while with 1 machine this late in the year. Now, if we were, you know, in early October and there was no dew and the beans weren't tough, I mean, we'd probably be able to do 100 acres a day. But it's just not the case. That's why I think if we had a bigger machine, it wouldn't matter if the beans were tough. We'd be able to power through them with more horsepower. Alrighty, we're done. It's only 5 o'clock. I don't know if we're gonna move. I'm definitely gonna unhook. The combine needs blown off. We have double crops here, but I don't know. I don't know what the plan is. Got some first crops. We could stay here and do this double crops. We could move. I don't know. Alright, I am heading to the double crop field. BJ's gonna take the grain cart up there. He's just gonna park it. I predict they're bad. Like, I'm guessing 20 bushels. So he's gonna park that there. He's gonna help Dad move some equipment. Dad's feeder house chain broke, or the feeder house drum broke. That's probably why that combine's on fire. There's a bearing inside there. It must have been out. It broke. He's going to take it over to the shop, and BJ's going to help him move that around. Him and Jeff are going to move some trucks in, and you know, maybe we can get a bin load or a cart load before the sun goes down. Double crop straw is very hard to cut once it gets tough because there's just so much straw plus the bean crop. But we can at least try them. I'm curious how bad they are. There's a pole up here somewhere. Can you see it? I can barely see the end of the head down there. Harvesting some really good beans. Sample is just immaculate. And that was all sarcasm. Well, we're going to quit because that is the worst sample I've ever seen out of this combine. I don't think my cleaning fan's plugged. I don't know what's going on. I'm assuming a lot of it's going to be because there's just so many blanks, like pods with no beans. They're just really hard to thresh, and if I can't do any better than that, we're we're definitely not going to harvest because we really want to store these, and that's how you plug a grain bin back there. That is terrible. And I've had this combine adjusted every which way but loose. We've done 11 acres. We only have 200 bushel in the tank because they're just phenomenal beans. So we're gonna stop when we get up here to the cart, unload, and that's it. Can't do that. That's pitiful. That's bad. Don't look half bad coming out of there, but don't look half good there. It's not quite as bad as I thought it looked in the window. It always looks worse there because all the chaff or all the foreign material comes there, but it still wasn't as good as I wanted. So I want to readdress that in the daylight. But we're going to unhook because I don't think we're going to be doing this field tomorrow. This was just because we were here, wanted to try them out, and man, they're about as bad as I thought they were. 20 bushel. If you're new to the channel, double crops are kind of a bonus for us. We plant winter wheat, harvest that in the summer, plant beans right after it, and we've had pretty good success. This year it was just so dry they just didn't do anything. I think last year we averaged 50 or 55 or something like that on them. This year we're going to be doing good to hit 20.